Hello everybody, hope you're all well. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to a new video. I am back with a long awaited one. I feel like I should apologise that this has come so late. I will explain to you why as we go into the video, but I'm back today with an empty loft tour. So the loft is pretty much finished, I am delighted to say. And in today's video, I'm going to be giving you a tour of the empty space. Well, it's pretty much empty. More of that in a little bit. As you can see, I'm sitting on the stairs, and these are in fact the new stairs that will take us up to the loft itself. So I'll show you these as well. And if you've just clicked on this video and you haven't already watched the rest of my loft renovation videos, then I will leave that playlist in the description box. So you can have a watch of all of those to see kind of the entire process from start to finish. But yeah, I'm very excited to be showing you around today. Do bear with me in this video because things are still a little bit chaotic, which is why this video is coming to you so late. We've actually started to renovate the next floor down, the floor that I'm on at the moment. We've got the bathroom and the main bedroom here, and so we thought while we had the builders in, it made sense to work our way down, and so we're currently in the process of renovating the bathroom, and then we're going to be doing the bedroom flooring. That has involved more mess, more chaos, and also ripping up the floor of the bathroom. So for a long time the loft had lots of the builders equipment in it, which is why I wasn't able to film the tour, but all of their equipment has now moved down to the bedroom, which is just behind you, which is looking interesting. If you've been watching any of my other vlogs, you might have had a little peek at it, and yeah, all quite messy. Also, the roof garden currently looks like a skip. There is rubble piled up out of there, so I can't wait to get this floor finished so we can get rid of all the rubble, all of the mess, and I can properly start decorating everywhere. But I haven't started decorating in the loft because the next stage will be to move everything from the bedroom up into the loft while the bedroom floor gets done. So I feel like we're kind of playing musical chairs with the rooms, moving furniture around, shifting things around while things get completed. I think the order that we'll need to do things is once the bedroom floor is down, I will then redecorate the bedroom and get that sorted, and then we can start thinking about decorating the loft. So it's all a bit back to front, but there is a method to the chaos here, I think. Anyway, before we get into the video, if you're new here, do click subscribe. I post new videos every single week. And if you enjoy this empty loft tour, and if you like the space, then do give the video a thumbs up. Do let me know what you think of it in the comments, and also I'll be thinking about kind of furniture and how we arrange that kind of thing too. So I'm very excited to show you the space. Right then, a quick sip of the coffee, which is perched behind me waiting to get kicked over, and we'll get into it. So let's start with the new stairs, which I'm really pleased with. Unfortunately, the bathroom door is currently propped up against them, so I can't show you them in their entirety, but as you can see, they have got really nice wooden spindles and they match the existing stairs in the rest of the property. So I'm really happy with how these have turned out, and I'm glad that we decided to spend the extra and go for the solid wooden staircase that was built by a carpenter rather than the MDF version, which would have been perfectly nice, but I feel like it was worth spending a little bit more to get the real wood and all of this lovely detail too. So we'll probably paint these, and then I think we'll put a runner up them. So I'll be having a think about paint colours for the stairs and for the spindles and the banisters, and also for the walls of this new section of hallway that leads up to where the top window is and the top little landing there. So let's go and have a look at that next. Where the stairs curve around, they had to plaster all of this, and they did it with this kind of chicken wire to get the curve, and then plastered over the top of that, and I'm really pleased with how neatly they've managed to do that. It's so smooth, and yeah, I think that looks really good. As you can see, I did say almost finished, and the electrician is due to come back to do a few more bits. Right, let's grab the coffee and I'll take you upstairs. We've got some of this plastic down on the stairs just to protect them, because the builders are running up and down a lot to use the bathroom up here, and yeah, with it being just the bare wood at the moment, just to protect that a little bit. So as we come up to the top, we have this kind of very small landing area which has a bit of space to this side, which is where I was thinking of adding a bookshelf. I thought it'd be quite easy to reach them. I know a few of you in previous comments said how would we reach the books, but you can actually reach quite easily to all the different heights. And I think maybe at the higher bit you would just put some display items, and then anything that you wanted to have accessible you could have on the lower shelves. And then we have the door to the loft room here itself, and then across here we have a big window that is actually quite high up, and when we were kind of figuring out the placing of it with the builders, it didn't look that high because obviously the stairs hadn't gone in yet. So yeah, measuring a kind of landing window where you've got the stairs going up is kind of tricky, and it's actually higher than I imagined, but I'm really pleased with the height of it now because it actually offers a little bit more privacy with it being that high. You haven't got people staring straight in as you're going down the stairs. You kind of just would see like the top of my head, but it also means that when the sun is setting in the evening, it actually streams through this window because of the height of it. So it's actually perfect because with this door being open, it means that the light from that side, which is where the sun sets, comes straight through into the room. Okay, let's take a look inside the main room itself. As you can see here, the door does need painting. We went for just a plain flat door. I might add some beading onto this, I'm not sure yet because, well, I'll explain a bit more when we get inside. Here we are. So first of all, as we walk in, you'll see that there is a couple of pieces of furniture in here already. There is a mirror and also this wallpapering table, because I have actually started to use the space a little bit. I've had to come up here to do some filming already just because space is so tight downstairs. There is a bit of an echo. Yeah, I apologise about that, but let's go on in. As you can see, everywhere is a little bit dusty still. And wow, the echo is actually quite strong, so I hope that's not too annoying. But let's start off with this area here. Hello, so here we are in the space, and to this side, let me step back a bit actually so you can see a little bit better. I'll close the door. I went for a lock on the door. I just thought, why not? As we had the option to, so I can always lock myself in here or be locked in here, one or the other. So yeah, this here is the bathroom door, and that slides across. So we have the light switch to the bathroom there, and then the light switch to the main room here. Just below that is the radiator. I got this from eBay and it was a really reasonable price. So I'm going to link everything that I show you in the description box in case you want to get any of these items for your own home. The flooring came from Wix in the end, and this is one that you can actually buy in store, which can be really handy when you're renovating. Sometimes things can take a long time to arrive. So this one is a click luxury vinyl tile, and a lot of you did recommend that I go for a click one rather than gluing it down, so that in the future, if we did want to switch it up a bit, it's easy to pull up, whereas a glued floor, lots of you told me would be a nightmare to get up, and having renovated a place in the past where I had to rip up tiles that had been glued down, I understand the pain that is involved with that. So that was such a good shout, so thank you to anybody that suggested that. And this is what we went for. It looks very grey on camera, but actually, how can I show you this a bit better? In reality, it's a bit warmer than how it's picking up. I'm going to put my mug in the shot, and I think that helps a little bit. It's kind of like a nice mix between a slightly greyish oak, but it has got a slightly warm tone to it. So yeah, I'll take some pictures maybe for Instagram, and hopefully that will show you better. But it's definitely looking a bit cooler than reality on camera. And then all of the skirting, all of the door surrounds, and the doors themselves do need to be decorated. So that will be done after everything else is done downstairs, and once this place is completely empty. I don't see the point in decorating it while we've got to fill it up with all the stuff from the bedroom, which will probably be piled up here in a matter of days. So with the doors, we went for flat ones because I was thinking to maybe paint this section all one colour. So I was thinking maybe we go dark here and have it dark, and then matching the doors the same colour, so they're all tied in. I'll even paint the surrounds, the skirting, everything one colour. Imagine maybe a forest green, navy blue, something dark. That's what I'm thinking. And then we might add some panelling, which I'm hoping will then kind of make the doors tie in, so it kind of looks like a big panelled area, but the doors won't be too obvious. Because this is a sliding door, I thought rather than having a classic kind of already panelled door, it might be nice to try and be a bit clever with that and make it somehow match. So maybe we can get some very thin panelling on this, but I've only got a very narrow gap here before it's going to get stuck. So we might experiment. So yeah, if I panel the door, it will have to literally be like millimetre, 2mm MDF that goes onto there. Can you even get 1mm MDF? Probably not. A bit of card, something like that. I could paint it, you know, paint the drop shadow. We'll see. But imagine that, all kind of panel vibes, dark colour, and I thought it would make quite a nice filming backdrop then if I need to do anything stood up for outfit reels or that sort of thing. And yeah, with the mirror here, I mean that's just been plonked there, but it's not a bad spot for the mirror, so we'll see. I'm not sure where is best placed for a mirror in here, but I'll show you the rest of the space anyway. As we're by the bathroom, let's have a look in here. And yes, we are greeted by the toilet. I know a lot of you had reservations about that, but that is the layout that we have gone for. I mean, really and truly, the door will be closed, so I don't think it matters. It means that we do have plenty of floor space in here, and it means that the sink has gone on this side. This sink also came from eBay, so that will be in the description box for you. And they do this in a range of different sizes, and I'm really pleased with the quality of it. This is just a kind of fake drawer to obviously hold the sink itself, but then it has storage underneath, which is perfect. You can keep cleaning supplies, and it's tall enough to store bottles like toilet cleaner, bleach, that sort of thing. You can also get lots of toilet roll in there. And the shelves are adjustable as well, so you can play around with the heights of that. Nice and solid, and the grey colour, I'm not sure about it with the tiles. It's not bad, but we might paint that, and I'm planning on adding some wooden panelling right the way around this tile, because the shape of that looks a bit odd at the minute, but I think once the panelling goes around and then maybe a shelf across the top, with a mirror above, I think that will look nice. I've popped an old chair in the corner for the time being. That's just to have somewhere to put wash bags down and that sort of thing. So I will need to think about having somewhere to put things down in a bathroom. Obviously that's important. It drives me nuts when I go to a hotel and there's nowhere to put your wash bag. So I will be thinking about how we can put things down in here without it eating too much into the space. I think potentially we could build out to the side of this and then have shelves that you can access from the side, so they're kind of hidden. So that's one idea, but also we have a decent amount of ceiling height in here, and I'm definitely thinking we might put a shelf across the top of the door frame up here, nice and deep, that we could put things into. Then it's kind of out of sight, but also will give us a nice bit of storage. The towel radiator is also from eBay, and we just went for this classic chrome. I feel like this is timeless, and I think I prefer the one that I bought for the downstairs bathroom, which I will show you in a future video. However, I really don't think these ones date, and I think they can look rather stylish in the correct setting, so I think it's fine. Some of them had curved shapes and things that were just a little bit too modern for my taste, so yeah, happy with that. And also the tap, very kind of ordinary, I suppose, but I thought for a sink of this size, anything too ornate maybe isn't quite right, so just went for a very simple mixer tap, again from eBay. The tiles came from Tile Giant, and these are Wilmslow in white. They do it in a couple of shades, and these are wall tiles that are rectangular shape that we used in the shower as well, and then you can get the square ones for the floor, which is a bit grubby, I'm afraid, but builder's dust situation, we won't worry about that. The shower, again, another eBay purchase. I feel like pretty much all the household bits have come from eBay, just because I find their delivery so quick and their prices so competitive. I think a lot of the eBay stores have warehouses where you can purchase from and they get delivered straight from the warehouse, whereas some of the bathroom shops online, they have to then go through suppliers and it all delays it a little bit. So yeah, really pleased with that, and really pleased with how the showers turned out. If you've been following along, you know that there's been a bit of hoo-ha about the shower and the positioning of it, and maybe having to get a quadrant shower in here. So I'm really pleased that we've ended up with a shower across that wall. And the toilet came from Wix as well, and that one was a bargain. I think it was £50. I'll link it as well. And yeah, very simple toilet. The only thing with this toilet is the loo seat is rubbish. So if you were to sit on that, I mean, you probably wouldn't in an ensuite like this, but if you say have small children and you're bathing them and you sit on the toilet for that purpose, this part of the toilet seat I think will crack anytime soon. The underside's okay, but yeah, the top feels very flimsy, but apart from that, I think a rather sleek design. Some toilets that I looked at just looked really unappealing to me. That's the only way I can describe it. They were either too modern or they were kind of the Victorian style, but that little bit too chintzy, which put me off. So I'm pleased with this one. I just think it does the job and doesn't offend. So thank you, Wix, for your £50 offering. Very pleased with that. And then the window position in the bathroom again is rather high, so it goes right the way up to the ceiling and comes down from there, which is really good for the bathroom because it obviously offers that bit of privacy. You have the wall going up above waist height, so that can be helpful. And then we have the right hand side of this window that opens, and the left hand side is solid. Now, we actually wanted both sides to open, but this was the only window that they had available in the time to get it fitted. But I'm actually quite happy with how that's turned out. I think having the solid side is absolutely fine and actually looks rather nice. Maybe nicer than having both sides opening, I'm not sure. You can also get stick-on window film that I'm thinking we might put on these windows, or at least to halfway up them, just to increase that bit of privacy. And the window itself is just the white PVC window that you can get from lots of different stockists and suppliers. And we went for the white in the end because there was a grey option, but I'm not sure about grey. I feel like it might be something that will date quite quickly, and I feel like with white we can paint this or just keep it nice and fresh, and yeah, I think it looks nice, so I'm happy with that. So the shower is a sliding shower, so this piece stays put and then you have the sliding door. It's a good one for compact spaces because you still have plenty of room in there, but you're not having a door swinging out into the room. And also you can get this in lots of different sizes, so depending on the size of your space, they do an even slightly smaller one than this, not quite as wide I mean, and they also do wider ones and all sorts. So it still gives you plenty of room to get in and out. The door slides that far across, and then yeah, inside is all good. The only thing that I would say is that the shower tray that comes with this one is quite shallow, so the water does build up quite quickly in it, which is fine if you keep your plug hole nice and clean and able to drain quickly. But if you do let it get clogged up, you might be looking at getting quite a puddle down there. So just something to keep in mind when you're looking at shower trays and that sort of thing. But I'm really pleased with the job they've done of tiling this space. It's quite hard to make the camera pick this up, but I'm really pleased with these tiles. I feel like they're so classic and timeless. They do look more grey on camera, but they have got a slightly warm tone to them. And yeah, I'm just really happy with the job that they've done of fitting these. That's just a wet patch, by the way, in case you're wondering what that is. And they go right the way up to the ceiling, which still has some tape on it for decorating with the little extractor above. But yeah, really pleased with all of this. And considering the size of the space, I feel like the amount of floor space we have in here is pretty decent. There's a little bit of space there. You'd pop a plant in there. You've got some space either side for additional storage, bin, laundry basket, all those items that we often need in bathrooms. Okay, so moving across to this side now. So this part of the loft where I'm standing, about to where I'm standing now, is full head height, and the head height is really good. We've got a few spotlights. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 in the main space. We've got 3 across in a row and then 1 a little bit further back. And from where I'm standing here is where the roof then starts to slope in front of me where you are now, but then across to this side, right the way across over here, all of this is full head height too. So I'm gonna spin you around so you can see this side of the room. So yeah, this side is where we have some full head height. So often in loft spaces, you will see this area being used to put something like a wardrobe, or you can put a wardrobe on this wall. However, we went for the radiator on this side because I felt like it was one area where a radiator probably wouldn't get in the way too much of any furniture wanting to go in here. And we'd still have the option to put a wardrobe full height on this wall here. This wall would often be used to put a bed against too. So with that in mind, we've got 2 plugs either side with double sockets. I asked the builders to fit to allow for a king size bed, or even super king I think, can't remember which we said in the end, to plug in bedside lamps, phone chargers, all that sort of thing, just to keep the space really versatile in case we do switch it up in the future. And I think you can never have enough plug sockets. So yeah, having one on each side over there, I think even when there's not a bed there will be really handy, because I was actually thinking that this side of the room might be quite nice to have a couple of armchairs, maybe a coffee table, and make it into kind of like a nice cozy little area. But it's also really handy for me to do filming with, of course, as well. So I feel like this area should be somewhere that could be more of a relaxing area, and somewhere also that I can film. And I thought with the height of that corner, with it being a bit sloped, we do have a plug there, so I thought we might pop a little bar cart, coffee station into that corner down there. I'm not sure because of the slope. Does that mean that I bang my head every time I fancy a GT? Who knows, but we can play around with that as I start to move up bits of furniture. We'll see what works up here. So moving round, excuse the random bath panel that's going back, but I thought this was really cool. This is a gloss white bath panel, and it has sliding lockable storage. It comes folded in half, so you just need to unfold it to fit it. And then it has these sliding compartments, which I think is fantastic. We actually decided not to use it in the end because we went for tiles at the side of the bath, and I have lots of other storage being built in the bathroom. But I'm going to link this one for you because I thought that was so clever and a nice easy DIY option, because it's one that just folds open, and as I say, you can then just fit it and get yourself some hidden storage for cleaning supplies that is also lockable. So yeah, I thought it was very clever indeed. But yeah, moving round, we have the first storage cupboard here, and this one has double doors. So again, with the space, I made sure that we had enough here to allow for the depth of a PAX wardrobe or similar, so that in the future, if we find that we need more storage, we can build in storage onto this wall and completely utilize this space here. Or you could even do maybe just half storage and just use the sloping side and build it up to this line here, and then you could keep all of that free for something else. But yeah, double doors here, made from MDF, and I'm going to add some beading. We'll jazz it up and we'll have a lot of fun choosing the handles for those. You can bet that I'll be examining every small handle that is available and sharing them with you. But in here, I've already put the Christmas boxes in there, and they fit really nicely. I'm going to go through them all and have a big old sort out, but I've measured and we can get 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's some stacked across the back as well, which is great. It means that I can get everything into one cupboard, but I just need to go through them all. And I might get a couple of smaller boxes actually, so that we can better use this space. But for now, I'm really happy. They've just got little magnets to keep the doors closed too. This brings me on to my favourite part of the room, which is the windows, and I'm really excited to say that I'm working with Velux on this part of today's video. The windows that we went for are the Velux Cabrios, and these are windows that transform into balconies. Let me show you how they work. So all you do is open up this top section here, and then you are able to step right out into the window itself. So the windows are top hung, so they actually allow you to stand in them and give you maximum headroom. And also this section here lifts up, so you can actually step further out into the window and get incredible panoramic views. It really is incredible what you can see from 1 story higher. I'm able to see panoramic views of the city, and I can even see some hills in the distance and some trees, which is really lovely. And I think I'll be inspired by some of those colours that I can see for painting the walls. And in the distance, I can see this local landmark, which I like to think kind of resembles the Eiffel Tower. So it always makes me feel like I'm that little bit closer to Paris. The Velux Cabrios transform from roof windows into balconies in seconds. And and it just means that we're getting a little bit more outdoor space, which when you live in London is always welcome. And honestly, I can just spend hours up here, whether it's in the morning with a coffee taking in the view, or of an evening with a glass of wine. It is a really nice place to come up to relax. I haven't done it yet, but I'm thinking this could be a good spot to dry the washing as well. I think I could probably fit the old clothes horse on here and get the washing dried too. The windows bring so much natural light into the room, which is perfect for working up here and for filming up here. And this is the area where I'm thinking of having my desk, because it is so close to the windows and I'm going to benefit from all of that natural light from them. Having the windows open will also mean that there'll be loads of fresh air coming through the loft space, especially as I can open up the windows on the other side to get that through breeze, because I know a lot of lofts can get really warm in the summertime. But I can also let fresh air in using the unique control bar, which is situated at the top of the windows. You can pull this down and that will allow fresh filtered air in through the ventilation flap. Even if the weather's bad or if you're sleeping or away, you don't have to worry about security. And it also comes with energy efficient triple glazing as standard. So yeah, I'm so pleased with the windows. It was actually YouTube that drew my attention to them in the first place. I'd never heard of the Velux Cabrios before. I actually saw them on one of Lucy Carter's videos where she explained all about them. And when I heard about them, I thought they would be absolutely perfect for this space, and I'm really pleased with the result. So moving on to the desk area, which is behind me, or the temporary desk area, I should say, although I'm thinking that this is probably where the desk will end up, somewhere along this wall anyway. I know it's not very feng shui to have your back against the doors, but I'm not sure. I think the benefit of having it so close to the window will be good, but let me know what you think. Also, I feel like it kind of utilizes the space under the slope, because obviously sitting down I shouldn't bump my head, and the benefit of having this section carved out here where we have the windows means that when I step back and stand up I shouldn't bump my head either. So that's the theory anyway. But yeah, I've already been doing a few DIYs up here and I have to say it is such a lovely space to work. I'm really pleased that we pushed to get extra plug sockets in this little alcove, because already they've proved very handy indeed. And then over this side we have another storage cupboard which has a few bits in there. Oh yeah, I did sneak one other Christmas box in there, so we have a bit of overflow, but the idea is that the other one will be just Christmas stuff and this one will be used for all those other kind of miscellaneous items that we all have in our homes and have nowhere to put. But I will be doing a very thorough sort out before anything comes back into there, don't you worry. So here we have a nice little alcove too. Very excited about this corner. I'm thinking a vase on there or a lamp. Actually, probably not a lamp because of where the plug is, but definitely a vase or something nice, little area to display things on. And yeah, I'm just going to use the trestle table for the time being, get used to the space, get used to kind of how it's feeling up here, what sort of size table I want, and then maybe look at getting a new desk for up here. And then, as I say, the mirror is kind of a temporary thing. It just came up from the bathroom because it won't be needed in the bathroom anymore. So I might just keep it up here actually. I feel like it's kind of nice there, or maybe it could be moved. Not sure where to. It could go over here, I suppose, as another option, but I do find having plain walls quite useful for filming, because mirrors can cause all sorts of complications when I'm filming videos. So I'm not quite sure, but maybe it will stay here. The only thing is we have the sloping wall which it kind of cuts through, but maybe that's not such a bad thing. So we do have the alcove here, which I'm thinking maybe we'll put some shelves into in the future. We'll see, but I think it's going to be quite a slow progress getting the loft all finished. But yeah, this is the space as it's looking. And I hope you enjoyed this little look around with me. I hope I haven't missed anything. I will link as much as I can in the description box, so you can see where things were bought from. Do excuse my wash bags and the coffee cup situation, as I say. It is just kind of like having to start living up here a little bit, basically. So I think when I finished filming this video, I'm actually going to have to start moving quite a lot of the stuff from the bedroom up here to get that room cleared. So yeah, it's all go, lots to be getting on with, and then I will document the bathroom renovation, document the new bedroom floor, And then when we come back to this space, of course, I will be sharing with you how I decorate, how we decorate all the skirting boards. I'll be researching the products to use so I can share all of that with you along the way. So it's going to be a very slow kind of decorate the loft with me. It'll be over lots of videos or vlogs and that sort of thing. So that's just how I like to do things. There's no rushing here. And yeah, get used to the space, I think, figure out where things are working, and then we will think about bringing new pieces of furniture in. But for the time being, I'm going to be just using pieces of furniture that we already have in the home, which is beneficial for other rooms too, because it means that they will be thinned out, and then I can bring the pieces of furniture up here, see what works, see what doesn't, and then if we need to buy anything new, go from there, and then probably look out for it on a skip, because you know what I'm like. I'd rather find my furniture on the skip than buy it. But there we are. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, do give it a little thumbs up and let me know in the comments what you think of the space. Any ideas are always welcome, and yeah, I really hope you enjoyed it. And I'm really looking forward to actually being able to use this space as a dedicated filming area, as somewhere that I can set up a desk and just get to work editing all of my videos and that sort of thing. It's really exciting. Hopefully it'll mean that I can bring you lots more videos along the way. So I am delighted. I'm really pleased with how it's turned out. It has been a massive slog, and it's still going, to be honest, with what's going on downstairs, but we are getting there now, so I'm really happy. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did miss any, I will link the playlist in the description box, along with everything that I've mentioned in this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.